Greetings, fellow fans. In today's video, I bring you plenty of updates, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. What's going on, everyone? How about exciting news coming out of the city of Chicago? The organization has confirmed a contract extension for their cornerback, a new 3-year deal worth $40 million, with $31 million guaranteed. This move aligns with expectations set on Friday, after seeing a prominent player on another team sign a similar contract. I'll break this deal down from both a short and long-term perspective and explain why the team decided to lock in this player before the draft. It was an eventful weekend, especially with a golf tournament where one athlete truly shined. On top of that, we celebrated a family member's second birthday, which made the day even more special. I'm here to share this reaction video with you, and I'd be super grateful for your support. If you can leave a like and hit that subscribe button, that would be amazing. We're just 10 subscribers away from hitting a big milestone. With this player secured through 2028, the move wasn't a surprise. It was just a matter of time. The signs were there, especially after a press conference where it was made clear that the team wants him around. A member of the coaching staff echoed that sentiment, and the general manager, during a league meeting, said extending this player was a priority. The only uncertainty was whether it would happen before or after the draft. I believe the recent contract signed by a similarly talented player helped speed up the process. Statistically, one had a slightly better career, but the other stood out more last season, so it wasn't shocking to see him land a slightly bigger deal. This contract shows the team believes in his future. The players in question are on a similar level. One may have slightly better stats, but I think the other had a stronger 2024 campaign. So, it makes sense that one got a slightly bigger deal. The first signed a 3-year, $39 million deal with $29 million guaranteed. The second got 3 years for $40 million with $31 million guaranteed. That's how the market works. Once one guy signs, others at the same position and level usually earn just a bit more. That's why I projected a 3-year, $40 million deal with $30 million guaranteed. And he actually got a little more. Props to him, he deserves it. It also speaks volumes about the team's trust in him, especially considering he was a former first-round pick. Let's not forget, the team didn't have a first-rounder in that draft, but landed him and another standout player. That second guy has had health concerns, but when he's on the field, he shines. I consider giving him a second contract if it weren't for the injuries, but for now, that's off the table. For the first player, the decision was much easier. He's had a few minor injuries, missing 9 games over 3 years, but I believe there's still untapped potential. In a more aggressive and creative defense, especially in the secondary, we might see him in a variety of roles. He'll definitely handle man coverage, lining up against receivers and similar matchups. But I also think we'll see him play with more physicality. We've already seen flashes of that. He's a great open field tackler. I expect him to blitz more often, and I hope that becomes a bigger part of his game. There's room for growth. This isn't the final version of him. He can cover, tackle, and support the run. He's evolving into a leader, and when mapping out the secondary, his name always comes up. I perceive that there is still room for development in this scenario. This is certainly not the final version. It is evident that he is capable of covering, tackling, and providing run support effectively. I foresee him stepping up as a leader within this team. When assessing the secondary, apart from one other player, if we consider aspects like age, talent, potential, and reliability, his contributions rank him as the second most vital player in the secondary. I remain optimistic about another player, but to be frank, the situation is still unclear at this stage. If he finds his rhythm, it could be advantageous. There is a player I value, although he was unable to participate in the last 12 games of the previous season due to a concussion and has faced a couple of other head injuries prior. There is a reliable veteran, but at the age of 30, he is in the last year of his contract. Another player is on the team, and it is clear that after the previously mentioned individual, another player stands out not only as the top performer in the secondary, but also as the most significant for future prospects. Looking ahead to 2025, we'll likely see more nickel formations, giving this standout plenty of field time. With his skill set and aggressive tackling, he essentially plays as a third linebacker at times. It's a smart move, He's now the highest paid nickel in the league. That's just business. The timing makes sense too. He still had a year left on his contract, worth about $4.5 million. This could turn into a 4-year extension worth $45 million, around $10 to $11 million per year. We'll have to wait and see how the deal is structured, especially regarding any signing bonuses to manage cap hits. But there are definitely ways to make it work. Congratulations to him. Now, how would you grade this move? A B, C, D, or F? What do you think about this extension? Personally, I give a B+. Anytime a player becomes the highest paid at his position, there's risk. Still, I see a young talent on the rise, and this defense should complement his strengths. I'm genuinely excited to see what he does in this new scheme. This type of agreement inherently comes with some risk when a player secures the top compensation at their position. But with another's upward trend, I am confident that this defense will accommodate him effectively. I am genuinely looking forward to the influence he will have on this defense. Moreover, he will turn 26 this year. Now, let's talk about who else might get extended. There's still time to evaluate. One player stands out. I understand the logic in waiting until after the draft. If a new guard is selected, they may want to observe the current situation before committing long-term. Personally, I think he's the best player on the offensive line right now, and I'd be fine with a 2-year extension. Will it happen? Hard to say, but I lean toward yes. Still, it's wise to wait until after the draft. Who knows? They might find another option or a future starter at left guard and hesitate to offer a 3-year deal before knowing more. Another player received a 1-year extension after a trade, so unless this year goes badly, he should be around through 2025. There's still uncertainty about another player, but I expect movement there soon. Regarding one linebacker, there are only 2 on the roster. One has 2 years left, but can opt out after this season if things don't go well, something we hope won't happen under current leadership. The other will be a free agent after this season. He played better 2 years ago than last year, but I still see him as a 1- or 2-year extension candidate due to the position's thin depth. Again, we'll likely wait until after the draft to decide, not just for 2025, but beyond. So keep an eye on him as a possible extension candidate. Also, there's no plan to extend another veteran player. As mentioned earlier, the focus is on this season and seeing how things unfold. If needed, they could bring in safety help for extra depth. I don't see them extending a 32-year-old. Better to wait, and if he excels, maybe offer a 1-year deal next offseason. If not, no worries, they can move forward with a solid vet. That decision is fairly straightforward. Now, due to a key player's injury, it's expected they'll draft help at left tackle. At this point, I don't see anyone else in line for an extension based on contract status. I'm more curious about possible restructures to create cap space. Before any extensions, the team had around $9 million in space. Not much. That's enough for the rookie class and maybe a bit for the season. They'll likely need to clear more. Most teams aim to have at least $5 million, if not more, available going into the season. Once the draft class signs, that money's gone. This new extension could free up a few million for 2025, which helps. But it's still unclear whether key players will have their deals restructured. That depends on whether the team sees them as long-term fits. That's why I mention these players. Unless someone has a disastrous year, they'll probably be around through 2026. One of them, who had a rough season, should still be here at least through 2026. And that wraps up this topic. Thanks so much for being here. Tomorrow, I'll be back in the studio. We'll be doing a fan-organized mock draft during the live show. If we hit 120,000 subscribers, I'm refreshing the screen now. We're just 4 away, sitting at 119,996. Someone watching this could be number 120,000. If you feel like helping us hit that goal, it would mean the world. Your support truly matters. I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a twist that has Bears fans buzzing and the NFL world raising eyebrows, a stunning rumor has begun to circulate. Roquan Smith could be headed back to Chicago. Yes, you heard that right. The same hard-hitting linebacker who once wore the navy and orange might be eyeing a dramatic return. While nothing is confirmed, the whispers are growing louder, and the potential reunion is setting the stage for one of the most compelling off-season storylines in recent memory. Roquan Smith, now a standout for the Baltimore Ravens, has only elevated his game since leaving the Windy City. In 2023, he made history, not only becoming the first Raven to wear the number 0, but also racking up a jaw-dropping 21 tackles in a single game, a feat matched only by franchise legend Ray Lewis. His relentless energy, field vision, and leadership have solidified his status as one of the league's elite defensive players. So why would the Ravens ever consider letting him go? Some insiders suggest contract dynamics, cap space concerns, and a potential rebuild in Baltimore could open the door for a trade. Others hint that Smith himself hasn't ruled out the idea of donning the Bears jersey once again, especially with Chicago's front office showing renewed ambition and a defense that's hungry for a cornerstone. Imagine the narrative. The prodigal son returns, now stronger and more dominant than ever, to finish what he started. For the Bears, Smith's return would mean more than just stats. It would mean soul. He was a fan favorite, a locker room leader, and a symbol of grit and resilience. Pairing him with the young defensive talents now on the roster could instantly vault Chicago back into the top defensive rankings. And let's not forget the storyline potential. Smith's unfinished business in the city that first believed in him. Whether this rumor turns into reality or fades into off-season myth, one thing is certain. The possibility alone has reignited excitement across Chicago. Could Roquan Smith truly make a return to Soldier Field? Stay tuned, because if this move happens, it won't just change the Bears. It could shake the entire NFL. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.